There it goes. All right. So let me click go live. Yeah.
We're going to start you guys off with something nice, real nice.
Yeah, something just for the dickheads that are here from the start.
All right, here, let's make sure everybody can you hear us? Can you give me a hell yeah? Give me a pal yeah.
Give me a whoop, hell yeah. Whoop.
A whoop, whoopity whoop, whoop, whoop.
All right, we live.
We live.
All right, here, I'll pull up the beat. All right, so, yo, anyone who's here for the pre-show, you got a nice little treat coming at you. Here we go. Let me play this beat, and you're going to get, enjoy the stylings of Chris.
Slam poetry, baby.
Hello, I'd like to welcome y'all to Deck 1 Delp. Give me a second and I'd like to introduce myself. My name is just Chris, Michelangelo of this thing, cause I'm a ninja who likes them an orange tinge in my green scene. This little fellow, he's a Donatello, mellow until you make him mellow. Tech skills that'll make you jello, we call him Peasy. This is Carbalaw, the Leonardo leader leading us to leave you bleeding from your jaw. With weapons to your neck, and all the deckheads who tune in every week are the Raphael of this set. You put us all together, you get rocked. These vulture shredders gonna fight and get shell shocked. Yo, I ain't the most humble among us, but I'm humble enough that I don't call somebody a juff for hating my stuff. I just let them hate, let it marinate in their mind. Moving on, I got a couple shouts to consign. Shout to ZZ's Fago Guy, Gage, Corey, and Megs, Vinnie Mac, McNastee, Hatred, all deck heads, Wordplay, Lil Ninja, Stevie Wynn, all players, Juggalo, Rewind, Mr. Green, and Taylor, John Dell, Mr. Mustard, and Sharif, Pee-Pee Sack, and Mindfucks. All of y'all are beasts. Thank you all for tuning in and kicking it every week just to bump a little music and to listen to us speak. Three-headed monster, yo, we do voodoo. Grind you up and put your body in a toothpaste tube. Use your goo to brush our teeth before we head off to sleep. Spit you out into the sink and wash you down with some bleach. Preach, yo, today we're doing House of Wax and we're having a kickback chat with homeboy Mac. So Carver, hit the button, let the show begin. Deck 1 Delp, mob, yo, we in, motherfucker.
The world.
Love it.
Woo!
Yes, it is the end of the world. And it's also the beginning.
Stop it.
The beginning of a brand new, solid, juggalo world for us all to enjoy.
Whoa. We here for you.
Live and on the spot, yo.
Yo.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
Slight fuck up on my end.
Recognize.
Yeah,
Welcome,
slight
everyone.
Slight fuck up on the end there, but
No, that was
Hey, man,
amazing.
thank you.
That was great,
That was
man.
amazing.
That was a great
Wow.
one take, man. I mean,
I had to do something because McNastee is here with us today, and McNastee is a fucking barologist, and I was like, I'm coming with some bars. to
Oh,
start
you
the
brought
show.
it
Yeah.
today, bro. Great intro to the show.
that was fire, absolute fire.
That nice, all the shout outs, all the references. Man, look, this dude and that was a throwaway for this guy.
And
you know?
and this guy has always done that type of shit. Like, I mean,
Right.
he can write a verse in like 10 minutes with like shout outs. Like every line has a shout out in it.
Yeah,
you know?
man, that was incredible. Great
Yeah.
job, man. Welcome everyone to Deck 1 Dealt. This is the best Juggalo podcast you will see today. I can bet you that.
Yeah.
My name is Kyle, aka Keezy, and these are my good friends.
Yeah, what's up? This is Just Chris or Just Chris. Options are endless.
Carver Law, y'all. How you doing?
Yes,
What can we
sir.
say, man? Killer.
And we're back, man. Today we're going to be discussing House of Wax, which is a weird little CD ICP put out a few years ago. But before that, we will be talking to one of the coolest underground MCs in the game. Dare I say the coolest? The coolest for sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now-
absolutely. He's
now-
a very cool guy.
We could all debate about his talent. I'm just kidding.
I think he's shit.
I'm just kidding.
Deck one.
No, we love this guy. We're going to bring him in here just a second. I want everyone to give a big get your decks out, okay? Give a big
put your decks in your hands. And
decks.
Know what I'm saying?
Decks in hands. Give it up for our homeboy.
give
McNasty.
a big shuffle. Give a big shuffle for McNasty.
Shuffle it up. Yeah.
Shuffle your decks. Motherfucking man.
Yo.
What's up, McNasty?
What's up, guys?
Well,
We are chilling.
Good morning, good afternoon,
How you doing? How you feeling?
happy Sunday. I'm a little bit worn down. I did Night of Shrunken Heads in Gallup, New Mexico last night,
Oh, shit.
and I'm driving back to Phoenix right now.
what
man.
what is the Night of Shrunken Heads?
So Shrunken Head Entertainment is run by Razakel. So she had like a festival in Gallup. It started at like 4:00 in the afternoon, and I think we left the venue around 1 a.m. And it was like a ton of horrorcore rappers. So there's like people from her label, and then like local people, and then like people that traveled from like Houston and all over the place to play. Like Worm from Illinois was there, like Vile House Records was there, and yeah, ton of people.
Sounds like it's a big deal in the underground.
Well, it's the first time she did it in Gallup, and it was good. It was a good turnout. I'm sure it'll get bigger next time. Like last year, I did the one in San Antonio, and it was fucking live. It was outside, and it was next door to a Taco Bell drive-through. And so like people in the drive-through were getting a free show, and like the homeless people were outside the venue dancing and watching the shit. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I've been to many festivals, not other than gathering, not really any kind of horrorcore or rap festivals like that. Some hip hop festivals here and there. But how do you facilitate a festival like that? What's a festival like that look like?
Well, really, I would say it is more like a long form concert, because it's all in one venue. There are opportunities for like vendors and whatnot to be there. They had some snacks and whatnot. I think that like in San Antonio, it's probably going to be a little bigger than it was in Gallup, because I remember last year there were different art vendors and everything there, and the stage was outside. This was like contained inside a venue called Juggernaut Music, and I'd played there back in April with Twisted. So a decent sized venue.
Oh yeah.
To facilitate it, but really it's just one stage, and more like shorter sets, so like 15 to 20 minutes for people.
That sounds easy, digestible.
Yeah. It sounds pretty user friendly. You can go in there and watch somebody 15 minutes, and then just keep rolling them out. Yeah.
And it's cool because it gives people an opportunity without like harming anyone. I guess is the best way I can say. Because let's keep it real. Like, how many of these like concerts have we all been to where we've had to like suffer through like some pretty long, boring acts?
Yeah.
And I was thinking too last night, like I thought a couple people were running long, because the show ended up running long. But like, it's like, man, this is like a perfect set time, because like if you can keep the energy up throughout the set, like people don't have a point to where they're like, all right, well, it's slowing down, so let me go outside and smoke.
Right.
So like you keep that crowd there, because I know from personal experience, like I can have a crowd that might not be familiar with me.
Yeah.
That'll be there, and they'll be there for the first 3 songs, and then people will start filtering out. It's just law of averages and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, but if you have a short set, like I think mine was 13 minutes. I was like, you guys don't get a chance to leave. I'm gonna be done before you think.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's
He's
up.
hitting with your 3 best.
Yeah. That's what's up, bro. So that sounds pretty cool. So we're happy we were able to get up and join us this morning, man. That's pretty nice. I know you're on a little bit of a time difference, so we appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually up, and I usually listen to you guys live.
Cool.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah, dude. We appreciate you. So you I did see. So this year you did not perform the Gathering. Did you go to the Gathering this year?
No, it was a time like because it was the 4th of July week. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay. So
If it was in August, I would have been there,
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
or even later in July.
Yeah, I mean, you're coming across country too. I guess it's a little bit more of a thing, you know, when you have to.
Plus, he's real active in the music scene as well. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure he
true.
probably had like events and shit scheduled up around the 4th as well.
Yeah, my day job is like I do event staffing and in-store demos and things like of that nature. So around holidays, it's like
Oh yeah.
always hectic. So because it was right around 4th of July, we had like a coconut water company that was doing giveaways and big street team stuff in Atlanta. And so it was just, you know, it was not the most opportune time on my schedule for the gathering to happen.
So there you go, folks. If any of you is wondering why McNasty didn't make it to the gathering, you can blame coconut water.
Big
Fuck
coconut
you.
water.
Fuck you, coconut water.
Blame coconut water.
Yeah.
It's refreshing. And it's like I'm drinking. It's not the brand that we promote, but
See, it's interrupting the podcast and everything. Come on, coconut
Wow.
water.
I think it's a conspiracy now.
Hey, at least that's in a can. What about the ones with the boxes and the twist off caps and shit?
As long as I don't have to stab
Oh,
a
yeah.
coconut, I'm down. I'll drink it.
So, McNasty, let's talk. Let's do Juggalo origin story shit.
Fuck yeah, man. Because you're a Deck 1, like straight up Deck 1 Juggalo. We always talk about it on the show, but I remember when we were rapping, you were making a big name for yourself in the Juggalo world. You know what I mean? You were all over like the horrorcore.com boards, and I remember you stood out because listening to you, you weren't a horrorcore artist, but everybody was still talking about you because you were popping in the Juggalo world, which was a majority of that horrorcore board.
yeah, I got it was interesting. Like McNasty origin versus like Juggalo origin is like they kind of run concurrently.
Yeah.
Because if I were to like just, and I was thinking about this before coming on, I was like, when did I like hear ICP first? And it was, I heard like one of my friends in high school was named Matt Strawn, and he was like, yo, have you heard this stuff? Like Insane Clown Posse, and he played Malenko for me. And I was like, I was a rap snob, I would say at the time. And I was like, I mean, it's cool, but it sounds like I think at the time I was like equating it to like the first Cypress Hill album. I'm like, it just sounds dated,
Yeah.
you know. And even if it was like only like sounding like 4 years dated or 5 years dated, but
What era would you
I
say
was
this
like-
was in?
What's that?
You said
What era?
you said Malenko,
Oh, Malenko
right?
era?
90, So
Okay.
yeah.
Malenko.
Got you.
So yeah,
Yeah.
saying like hearing Malenko like during that time and saying it's dated, yeah, that you have to be really in touch with like what hip hop was doing and how it was moving at that time.
Yeah, as far as like trends were going, and like I think we were getting to the point where it was like the jiggy bling like stuff, like where it was like P Diddy shiny suits and all
Yeah.
of that stuff was happening in like the 80s.
Mace.
They were taking 80s songs and turning them into rap songs, but I heard it and I kind of just like, maybe not, and I don't know. I'm a teenager and like I'm there with a girl that I'm trying to impress, and so I didn't want to be like, oh, let me get into this clown music.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're trying to pop on some Kid and Play.
But I was in a punk band, and we had some friends named Steve, Angie, and Martin, and Danny too, like 4 of them.
Shout out
And
Danny.
This was, what's that?
I said shout out Danny.
Shout out Steve.
Shout out Danny Peterman. Shout out Steve Bayman and Golden Stag. He's a tattooist in Kansas City and he owns his own shop called Golden Stag in
Hell yeah.
Kansas City.
We don't really care about
And
the
his
other two,
wife
but
is-
shout out to Steven. Nah.
Yeah, well, Steve married Angie, and then Martin, like last I heard, he was doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu in Las Vegas.
Oh.
But I kind of lost touch with him over the last few years. But we were at like, it was either an after show or after band practice or something, but we would just sit around and drink. and listen to music, and Jekyll Brothers had come out. And so now I'm in the zone. I'm drinking whiskey, like I'm fully like sunk into the couch, and I'm listening to this, and I'm just like, man, the production is so epic. Like everything is so like big, and it's not just loops. There's so much stuff going on. And so like they lent me more of the music, and I'm just like, yeah, hell yeah. And so like I listened to it, and I'm just like, I became obsessed more with like Mike Clark production on there than like the whole Carnival stuff or ICP.
Yeah.
And how long after Jekyll Brothers was Bizarre Bazaar? Because that was the first chance I got to go to a show.
2
And
years, 1 year.
No, that's just the next year.
Oh, next year.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
99,
next year.
2000. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
happened 2000.
they had canceled Psychopathics from Outer Space in Oklahoma City because the venue wasn't set up to handle the show. So we missed out on that. But then when the Bizarre Bazaar tour came around, my friends were, Steve, Angie, Martin, and Danny were like, let's go to Dallas and go see this show. And then I think the week after was Twisted. Like, so they were like running tours at the same time, but separate.
Cool. All right.
But we went to the Bizarre Bazaar show, and like, that was it for me. Just like seeing the show was like, I was like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah.
And then like whatever the Ray Day thing happened, and I bought this CDs, but then I found mp3.com, and Mike Clark had put beats on mp3.com.
Yeah, beats for that ass.
Yeah, and he had a rap contest. So I'm still in this punk band, and then the mp3.com thing is happening. I have a little bit of like really like tape 4-track recording equipment, and so I'm streaming beats into the tape 4-track and then rapping over them to like kind of learn how to record.
Yeah.
And I entered one of those contests, and I got, I want to say third. There was like a group called OH Writers, and there was a group called, it was either Livewire or something like that. But it sounded really close to Half Breed, like ROC and Scraps.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know. I think this might be them. but like nothing ever came from them after that song.
Weird.
Yeah. And I just got really active on the Mike Clark forum and board and chat. And Crazy Philip, his name's Philip, but he's Crazy from Writers.com. was like, oh, we want to put you on here with Dr. Giggles. Dr. Giggles was like one of the guys in the contest, and he's doing some stuff now, and apparently like he's gonna put out a new record like for the first time in like 15 years. I want to say.
Yeah, I remember him.
I remember the name. I never even back then I never bothered listening to these guys.
Yeah,
I was just like ICP. That's
Q
it.
Strange, yeah, there was Q Strange, Intrinsic, V Sinister, McNastee.
I remember Half Breed being big. I remember I went to
Yeah, Half Breed was
Juggalo.com and they pimped out a lot of these motherfuckers too.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, and Half Breed was basically House of Crazies. You know, it was like, because the last House of Crazies record was ROC and Scraps.
That was the night they came home.
Yeah.
That's the one I got.
And so then they changed their name to Half Breed, and he became Soul.
Yeah.
Soul 46 or whatever it was. And then he had like a Level Jumpers record, and there's a third MC, and for the life of me, like, I don't know it right now, but I would remember it.
Yeah.
If I took the time to really scrub the mental Rolodex. But I entered those rap contests, and then Philip put me on to Writers.com, asked me do you want to be on Writers Records? I'm like, well, what is it? Well, basically we just promote you. Okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
Right.
And then I want to say Scotty from Fago Lovers put some stuff up for me, and then I met him in Dallas, and like I remember like when I was like really proud of my like second record, and all of this stuff sounds so terrible if I listen to it now. Like just
That's
like
how
the
it always
recording
is.
quality, like my timing, like hooks, like everything is so bad, but I was so proud of it. And he put it in his like he always had like big pickup trucks with a massive like system in it. And so he was playing it in there, and I was like, man, the bass sounds great, but like in my head, like everything else sounds bad. Don't you gotta figure this out. And I used to listen to like Necro records to figure out like I want my sound to not, I don't want to sound like Necro.
Right.
But when I play my
fucking
songs
chop
back
your
to back,
malakas
I don't
and
want
my-
it to be such like a
Yeah.
I don't want it to be such like a like hard on someone's ears to be like, man, this doesn't sound right. And so like I used to listen to records, and I would play my song, and then I'd play someone else's song like right after. It's like, what's going on? What do I need to change? What do I need to tweak? And so that's how I taught myself how to record, was just like making my songs and then playing them to next to like other songs that I liked.
Yeah.
You know, or I liked people's sounds, or like how they
It's all about that
Recorded, but-
mastering and mixing, man.
It's
and,
really
yeah.
important to be like a harsh critic of yourself, though, because so many people just are so unaware that their music sucks. Like, it's good that you can like listen to yourself like, all right, this needs improvement.
yeah,
Well, that's
you
why
know?
they call it recording artist.
Yeah.
You literally, it's an art. You have to understand it. You have to understand how to mix the colors and, you know, use the different tools to make what he's talking about not happen, which is, you know, peaks and stuff that hurt your ears.
Yeah, yeah.
The human ear hears things, and it's going to move the liquid in your ears around and make it, you know, aggressive, and you're not going to want to listen to it like that. So that's the art of recording, man. You got to figure all that shit out.
Yeah, I don't know any of that. I'm horrible with all of that. So literally, it's like, show me a microphone, I'll rap into it, and then like Derek will be like, "Hey, let me show you kind of what I'm thinking of doing." I'm like, I don't care. I'm done. I wish I had the patience
did
for
my
that,
part.
but I'm horrible at it.
Yeah, so that was like really like how I got in the Juggalo, like I get music scene, like underground scene, was like the Mike Clark contest and forums, and then Rydas.com, which was one of like the seeds of the Lotus, I think, when they did that whole
Oh yeah.
thing where they had like the like Malenko 500 and RealJuggalos.com and Fago Lovers, like
Yeah.
where they were all like a fan site propaganda machine to like, y'all go spread the word.
It was like an Illuminati situation.
Yeah, I remember on Fago Lovers every week they had the sidebar, and they would feature 5 different tracks in the sidebar. That was where I tried to get Tech, and
Oh, yeah,
Scotty
yeah.
wasn't feeling it at first until Absolute Power, and then he did like it. But yeah, I think McNastee was featured on there a few times as well.
Hell yeah.
I can't thank those guys like Fago Lovers enough, or like Philip. He's just like, those guys are the ones that like really put me out there. And then they were like, you should go to the horrorcore boards, and like there were like guys on there like Q, I felt like was like light years ahead of what I was doing. And I remember there was a guy named Jube, like, and he was like really like street, like East Coast stuff, but it was like,
Oh yeah.
it was intricate and like it's hard to say, like it wasn't gory like
Yeah, I didn't remember
like
him.
Necro, but it was more intricate and like like really visual without being like shock value.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I remember like going there and then like hearing all those artists and like knowing where I needed to improve, and like I was never went in there with like, yo, check me out, I'm the hottest. It's like I just went in there with like, okay, I got a lot to learn, because I was basically a new rapper just coming out of like punk bands and stuff.
It's.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you get to a point where you're like, the music should speak for itself, right? You shouldn't have to fucking have. I mean, it's obviously part of the charisma and the bravado is part of being a rap guy, right? But like,
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
people that are like shoving their shit down your throat and then it sucks, like those motherfuckers need to like wake the
It's-
fuck up.
It was the people that got defensive that were like, oh no, you're gonna get it.
Well, they
You
say
know,
if 80% of your comments are haters, like reflect. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Just like,
should be the other way
don't
around.
make excuses. Just go back and like, there was a cat like, and man, it's like I don't want to call people out, but it's like he was like the perfect example of like somebody that came in and they weren't very good, but then they got so good.
Yeah.
Like there was his name was Matrix, and like when he first started, it was not good at all, but like now he's like
I'm sorry, did you say
Man,
mattress?
Matrix.
Oh,
like
okay.
Matrix, but Matrix.
Okay, I legit thought his name was Mattress, and I was about to say that is the
No.
either the tightest or the wackest rap name I've ever heard.
Name, though.
I guess you could say that's why you slept
Don't
on
sleep
him.
on me.
Yeah.
He's like, my name is Mattress. Don't sleep on me.
You slept on
He
him,
can make all
bro.
kinds of like puns about being full of sheet and shit.
right, exactly.
Bed
All
bugs
mattress,
and
no
stuff.
stuffing. Yeah.
Dude, that's a sweet gimmick, bro.
Fuck yeah,
There you
man.
go.
There we go.
But
We've got the
it
new.
was like with that, it was just so. It was always cool to see like you would see the people that like came in and then they couldn't take like the hazing or whatever of it, and they would fall off. And then there was other people that came in and they would be like, and people would be like, "That ain't it, man," you know, and they would just keep coming back, and then like eventually like a lot of people got really good just by like being persistent with it.
I mean, it's the 10,000 hours thing, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. And then
I think a lot of people
it
have
too
put in
is, like,
10,000 and they still suck. But
Well,
that-
If you put in
Harsh.
10,000 and still suck, like you just wrap it up. Like you have to know.
maybe take up knitting.
It's hard to gauge rapping because it's not technical as in like an instrumentation kind of thing.
No,
It's like
exactly.
you know when somebody sucks at guitar and when they're good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Well,
but-
music is subjective. Period. You can. There's
yeah.
people that no matter who you are, there's going to be someone out there that you think is absolute trash that millions of people fuck with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
But a lot of that
Those
with
million
pop-
people aren't wrong.
a lot of that with pop music is the mixing and mastering and production and how it how it's
No, agreed.
how the frequencies mix with how the brain reacts to it.
Yeah, an hour-long auto tune of a queef is still going to sound horrible to anyone. You know what I mean? Like weird analogy. So anyway,
I mean, it could.
that was his musician mind. He was like thinking. He was like, well, I don't know. Maybe we could. Maybe I could.
Maybe we could squeeze a queef.
He was
in
trying to
there
remember.
somewhere.
He's like, did I put any queefs on this album? I can't remember.
That's what's missing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then like in a weird like stroke of serendipity, later on down the road, one of our friends, Robbie, Ends, also was really cool with you. So that made like this weird serendipitous moment where it was like, because I was talking to him one day and he was like, yeah, I'm with some MCs out in Arizona. When he was coming back to Ohio, actually, he was talking to me. He's like, we should make some music. And I was like, I'm down, like I have to have a studio. Like I'm not doing it myself. And he was like, yeah, definitely. And then he was telling me, he was like, yeah, I got some homies out in Arizona. And then you mentioned McNastee. I was like, McNastee, like the rapper from like the Juggalo McNastee? And he was like, I mean, he's a rapper. Like, yeah. But like, yeah. And it was just like mind blowing. I was like, what the fuck? What kind of weird ass? Oh shit, I'm cutting out bad.
Oh yeah, you sound good to me.
Okay,
It's
shit,
just your
yeah.
headphones. Then I got you.
Yeah, my
Sorry.
headphones. Yeah. But
Turn off my headphones.
sorry, it's distracting as fuck.
Make sure you're not coming apart here. Sound over here. Go ahead.
All right,
talk.
guys.
You're good,
Yeah.
McNasty. Talk.
But anyway.
You won't be able to hear McNasty.
All right.
Let me hear it.
All right. No, we're good. We're good right now. As long it does keep cutting out, but all right. Sorry. Technical
Ends
difficulties.
Ends is super dope and like great lyricist. Like, and I love his delivery and his like charisma on stage. Like whenever we would go on those Arizona Love tours, like he would just like take over the stage, whenever he was on it. And I was fortunate. He said he would be my hype man for a couple shows. So we opened like a Pot of Gold festival. So basically like we opened for Ray Schremer, 311 and Big Sean.
Okay, cool.
Like,
Yeah.
and he was the hype guy on that. And then he was the hype man for me at like a Mickey Avalon show.
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever practiced.
Yeah.
Like, he just came in and did it. He learned all my songs and like he just fucking killed it.
Yeah, he's a hip hop head. That's why, you know, I like Ends. He is definitely a hip hop head, and like he knows real hip hop. You know what I mean? He's not just confined to one genre. You can talk to that dude about L.A. hip hop, New York hip hop, Atlanta hip hop. Like he knows all facets of it. Like he's a true hip hop head.
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So that was like a weird serendipity. And then you listening to the show, it's just like, man, life's been crazy lately. That's all.
I like your guys' perspective on stuff because a lot of times it's like not a lot of a lot of people like toe the line and like they're too hyped for stuff but I feel like you guys have like real opinions on things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean if
Rather
it's
than,
whack,
like-
it's whack.
Rather than like, oh, if I say this, are they not gonna like me?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
We accept the fact that we are disliked by a lot of people in the Juggalo community for speaking those opinions.
Yeah.
But the real ones that you know we fuck with, you know, they stick around and they appreciate that realness. So yeah, we keep saying I mean, I'm starting to come around to like C17, and so that's messing with that dynamic a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, that Hex record is good though.
That's what I'm saying. I dug it. You know what I mean? He thought it was boring.
I listened to it. It was all right.
Yeah, I mean, we could always review it on the show.
good.
I would be down to review it. I thought it was dope, but it's
only
West Coast-
fair.
Yeah, it's West Coast rap.
Hex
man.
can rap. I'm not knocking his ability. It's just, to me, it's just like, I don't know. It just look, and I've said it before. My music taste is pretty bad. Like most people don't like what I listen to, so like it's okay. It doesn't speak to me, and as long as that's okay with everyone, that's all good. That song with Shaggy fucking rules.
Oh, that shit is dope. Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 tracks on that album that are the shit. Darby's tight too, here and there. Like I like a few of his songs, and then Ouija's growing on me, but we've went over that. We'll talk on that more. I don't want to take McNastee's time with this. We'll argue amongst ourselves.
Hey,
later.
McNasty, I did have a question.
I like-
Go ahead.
Oh, I like the Darby record too, the Creek record.
Yeah.
But I like the Darby stuff that was on the LSP stuff too.
Well, Darby stuff is kind of in the same vein as like Suicide Squad or something like that, or Suicide Boys or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. You know, it's kind of like a downer, almost like downer music for like, you know, depressed older teens. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
like if I'm in a moody state, like that's when I'm fucking with Darby. You know what I mean? But it's mood music. You know what I mean? And it kind of has that like you almost want to like. Do like that to it.
Pillhead music. Gotcha.
Pillhead. Yeah. Well, you know.
It's like if you're in that mood, it just
Sure.
it's the shit you listen to amplify the mood, or like
Yeah.
or like, it's like either amplifies the mood or like maybe gets you through it, because it's like I know like music for me is like sometimes like feelings emotionally when you're like, oh, I'm isolated, and then like I think that's how people connect to music. Because it's like, oh, there's this person is going through the same thing as me. If they get through it, I can get through it, type situation, where people like, yo, your music really helped me through this thing. And it's like, I don't know how it did, but I'm glad it could. But, at the same time, it's just like, I don't know what I said, but I'm happy for dude,
Yeah.
But and I can really like resonate with it, because there'll be artists I listen to where and it's just like it is nostalgic for me to like for parts of my life. It's like, man, I was really going through some shit right here, but but I listened to this record all the time and I made it through it. Everything worked out.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of I'm digging. Darby's is growing on me. The more I listen to it, the more I like Darby's. I'm for real. Give it
All
more of a
right,
shot.
man.
Give it more of a shot.
All right, I won't, but-
it's
that's okay.
He said, "I won't."
I did want to ask McNasty. I wanted to ask you about before we let you go, man. I had a question about underground hustling.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your involvement with underground hustling? And can maybe for anyone who is listening that may not even know what we're talking about, maybe just a quick explanation of what it is.
Yeah, so Underground Hustling, it started out as a mixtape series to basically it was, I want to say it's like a flyer, but it's a mixtape series that we could mass produced, and basically it was like crowdfunded by artists. So like the first 7 didn't have a host on it, and it was just basically like, yo, do you want your song on this? If you can get $100, we can give you 100 CDs, 200 CDs, whatever it was. The more people we got, the more CDs we could press.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so like the first one was basically all, I want to say majority like Arizona artists, and like I was on it because it's like Intrinsic's, you know, Brain Baby was this thing where he was like, there are bands in Phoenix that would like just hand out samplers after every show.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I need a way to do this, but on a mass level.
Oh, hell yeah.
To where like we're going to open for Tech, or we're going to open for ICP, whatever it is, but we want like everyone out the door to have a CD with our songs on it. And
Okay.
so he got like all like the local guys, like 480 Click, like all these like local Phoenix people, and everyone chipped in and pressed, you know, a couple thousand CDs and hand them out. Just hand them out. It's like it's like basically like buying flyers, but it was a digital or a CD at the time.
Yeah.
And then it grew to like, okay, what can bring more value to it? And my involvement was always the art. So there's 76 volumes right now. Ooh. And I may have done art for 65 of them.
Damn.
Oh, no shit.
All right.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, so I think Legion did one with the Dragon Ball Z, and then Aaron Lauder did quite a few. Aaron from Australia, he's done like the G.I. Joe one, but we started getting hosts, and like I think Menacide and I were like a host of like one of the first ones, like Volume 8, and then we started getting like underground people like C-Mob. C-Mob's way bigger now, but at the time he wasn't like super huge, but you know, he was a host on one of them. And then we got Mastermind and Mars, both Marses, Mars with an S and Mars with a Z.
Right.
And
very different.
Isham hosted, Ron Jeremy hosted twice. Like
that's so funny.
Ron Jeremy's dick hosted once.
yeah.
It just held its own microphone. It's like,
hi everyone, I'm back.
It's like I wanted to put like the volume 20, the Ron Jeremy one was a double disc, and I wanted to put double dicks on it.
Oh yeah, man, come on.
Instead of double disc, but I got vetoed on that.
Damn, man, I would have been behind you 100% on that one.
oh yeah, for sure.
That's so funny, man. I'll be honest. I only have cursory knowledge of Underground Hustle. I've seen him float around. I've seen the posts, the like Monoxide host, Jamie Madrox's host. I've seen like this shit. I've listened to a few. I think you guys had a video for one like a year or two ago. Maybe you do it for all of them, but I watched one where it was like everyone had a video, and I was like, man, like the point is like a lot of effort's been being put into. It sounds like it's a good hustle. Like, I mean, it sounds like Intrinsic has a good like hustling mind, you know?
Yeah.
I like all the aspects of it. I mainly bring it up because I listened to Pro Antagonist, which was Intrinsic's. I don't know how new it is, a couple years old maybe.
This is the newest one. Yeah, it came out this year.
Okay, I got that at the show where I went to, and we met up, hung out. I did listen to that, and by the way, that was like my first exposure to Intrinsic. Like, believe it or not,
man.
like,
And that one's like all metal. There's no rap on that one. There's like
I know.
one rap verse on the whole thing.
Like, and I've heard his name obviously for 15 years. Again, you know me, I'm just stubborn and like.
Yeah, like he was really popping in the Juggalo scene.
Yeah,
like in the
I've heard his
Deck
name
One
for
era.
years.
Really popping.
So, anyways, after listening
Him
to
and
it,
Class were like.
I really liked it because I listened to this band called Boba Flex, and that band he reminded me a lot of Boba Flex. Nevertheless, the whole point I'm getting at is at the end of his album, he has Underground Hustling like 76 or whatever, just tacked on to the end.
like bonus tracks on there.
There's like the pro antagonist is only like 7 or 8 tracks maybe, but then like there's like 20 tracks of all these random artists.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. So that. Go ahead.
No, I had a question about how you guys decide on the artists though, or who decides on that.
Basically he just posts like the opportunity for it, and it's like evolved over the years. So it used to be like, hey, $100, send us your song, make sure it's under 4 minutes, and then we'll send you 100 CDs and stickers and other shit, as a promotional tool. Then like the hosting came in, and so with hosts there's like an additional charge, like this guy only wants $400, so it's like, okay, this is way affordable.
Sure.
But this guy wants $1,200 or $2,000. Like there was one that we did, and the host wanted a like a cameo rate, almost like per shout out instead of like a flat rate to do the work.
Oh, okay.
He wanted like a per shout out rate. So
so like if every artist that was going to be on it, he wanted a sum for each one.
I see.
yeah, he wanted because the host will intro the song like, yo, this is Isham the Unholy.
And like, why was it that Madrox wanted that payment? No,
What's that?
no, I was just like, why was it that Madrox was the one who wanted that payment, that weird payment that you were talking about? Nah.
Oh no, it wasn't him. It was
Okay, yeah. I was trying to incriminate Madrox. That's all.
Also from Detroit, but not associated.
Ah,
directly
okay,
with
got you.
anybody. But because if you want a shout out from someone, and so when you buy in, it's basically like Costco. You buy in bulk and you get a better rate. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
like you're able to give other artists access to these like bigger names that may not have been possible. Like when I started, like fucking Twisted never did collabs.
Yeah.
And it was like they had like one collab with some like weirdo Transylvania I can't even remember, Dead Creeps Orchestra.
Yeah, I
Maybe
remember
that's
that.
the name?
I remember that. I don't even think they spoke English.
Really? Oh
They
shit.
didn't. But like the story, like it's like Fritz told me the whole story. He was like, they go through all of these artists that like send them stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like whether it be for like the Gathering or their like radio shows that they used to have, like the Action Figures Ashtrays, like the Psychopathic Radio like shows, like they would listen to all of this stuff. And like Jamie heard these guys, and like this is like third hand now, like coming from like Fritz says this happened, and so I'm telling you guys that Fritz said this happened.
Yeah.
Like that Jamie said, yo, I want to do a song with these guys because this guy sounds like Dracula.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
That's funny.
If it works, it works. Yeah, all right, cool.
Like, really?
Yeah. So, but at those times, it's like it's out of reach. On the sickness, like Brother Lynch wants $3,000 for a verse. It's like I'm making $6.50 an hour.
Yeah. Right.
Making T-shirts. Like I'm never gonna get a Brother Lynch verse.
Yeah, exactly.
But then when Brother Lynch hosts UGH, you could at least have him introduce your song.
Right.
And it's only going to cost you a fraction of that.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
well,
It's just a
That's
great
like-
promotional tool. I think it's genius. I mean, because you got to think you're getting a collaboration from all these artists who are then going to show this album to all of their fan base. So immediately, just at base value, you're getting the fan bases. You're reaching the fan bases of every other artist that is on that album. You know what I mean?
I want to say this though, like some of those songs, I mean, I'm just keeping it real, are embarrassingly bad. And I'd like to think that there's some kind of, is there any kind of quality control? Because do you guys have like a maybe there's just not a whole bunch of artists like sending shit in, but man, some of those songs are like, I mean, let's keep it real. They're really fucking bad. And like Intrinsic's at the beginning, like, yo, shout out to Killum Duckett's right here. He's so cool. He's from Arizona 3000. Like, it's just some fucking jobber like rapping like badly.
It's a
you know?
jobber.
I keep
up my grizzy,
you know,
man.
and over the years, like Intrinsic is like
Jobber.
like changed like it used to be, and I want to, you know, I would hate to say like it used to be worse, but like now like he'll offer like mixing, or he'll coach somebody, or he'll like, you know, take the session and like do the best he can
Sure.
with it. You know, the opportunity is there to get on it, and then like it's really like,
It's more
you
like
know,
it's more
like,
of a
you
conglomerate
can-
than a squad. So really, like a few people can suck ass. Like it's more like, I think like the
It's not their people. Like they don't
Yeah, yeah, it's
represent
not their
them.
people.
I know
exactly.
that.
It's
Yeah,
basic. Think of it like you pay to get on a stage and show what you
Right.
got.
It's
I
a
know
rap
that.
flea market.
Look,
You know?
I understand I understand the concept of all that. Like, it's just
Yeah.
some dudes. Like, you guys aren't speaking for them. It's just they paid the price. They're on the album. I get it. I guess.
yeah.
My
But-
thing is
but
like,
there's
like some
there's
of them you
stuff
gotta be
that's
like, come the fuck on, bro. I'm not putting this on my album.
there's some stuff that's gotten on there that I'm like, all right, cool. Like what? All right. But like, there's certain stuff where it's like, yo, man, this like, I'm not dealing with this. Like,
But there's some
Kids
fire
stuff.
on there too.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Yeah,
some
like-
fire on there.
Yeah.
too.
Don't get me
talking
wrong.
about-
A few of them are okay. Like, I've heard like I said, the couple that I've seen online, and then what's at the end of Pro Antagonist is my frame of reference for the record. But man, it's like
Yeah.
it was a shame listening to Pro Antagonist. Like, I would look through the book, and like I learned that from my understanding, Intrinsic does everything. And if that's the case, he's a fucking genius. Like, that dude's
Intrinsic
incredible.
is the man, like regardless, no matter what. But like, you know, even with connections, shit like that, like if he were to keep it to just the sickest rappers that he knows on every album, it would be the same
Not that
7
he-
rappers
not that-
on every album.
No, not that he
so
knows,
it wouldn't
though.
serve a purpose.
Not that he knows though, but bro, there's better rappers that are.
and
would probably
every
be
one of
will-
those you listen to, there's at least 2 or 3 tracks on every single one that are dope.
My question is,
And
why,
so you know that he is calling upon those rappers that he does think are dope, and they're on every single. and
why
then,
do the shittiest rappers have money? Is my question.
It's
I don't know if it's that.
no, yeah,
It's not
know?
that. It's not that they have money. They just they
You know,
they
it's
got
like,
drive.
it's drive. Yeah, you don't have to
Yeah,
have
and
talent to
like-
have drive and dedication and hard work, man. Like as
let
much
him-
as people. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And then there's like talented people that like feel entitled, like I'm dope, you should just let me do this.
Yeah, there's
But
definitely
that's when good like management helps. You know, like if you have like a legit manager, like there is a cat like in Phoenix, and like he got real management. Like he was good, but it's like he just didn't have any opportunities or direction, or like anyone like trying for him. And like then he ends up like on the BET Awards and talking to, you know, spitting for like Jadakiss and stuff. Like, yo, he's really getting into these places, and he's on Shade 45 with Sway, like rapping, like really like doing it. And it's like, man, he got real legit management, and like they helped him, you know, they took, you know, this super talented guy and gave him direction and got him these opportunities. And it's like, I think a lot of times there's like talented cats, and they just like need direction, or they need to like know where to invest, you know. And you know, some guys they could be better suited, like maybe you should invest in some better recording equipment, or you know, maybe get a vocal coach or something like that. But you know, it's like I can't tell anybody how to spend their money,
Yeah.
you know. And sometimes it's, you know, sometimes it's a clout thing. Some guys just want clout, and then
Exactly.
you know, and they'll spend money to, you know, just be associated.
Yeah.
Some people,
That's
I
all
mean,
they want that pat on the back.
that's how we get shit like the astronomic Dr. Chronic.
Tom McDonald.
Bitch, you want Starbucks? By the way, I do want to say, shout out to One Man Crew, but bit you on Starburst. I want to say your feature that you got, Blaze.
that
You
shit's
got your
fire.
money's worth. You got your money's worth. I
Dead
do want
Don't
to say
Sleep.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, it was cool because there's that like, it's great because like Intrinsic has that working relationship with Magic Ninja, and so when he said like, yo, make a flyer that like Blaze is going to do collabs this month or whatever. So I made a flyer and I was like, how much is this collab? And he told me the price. And then Defect, I know a guy his name's Steve Selly, Defect from Definition of Insanity and NBK, was the engineer. And so like I was able to send all that stuff over and like really say like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is how I envision it being, more like one less G type Blaze, more gangster, less Dead Man Blaze, more gangster Blaze.
Oh, that's dope. You got to request your version of Blaze. That's cool.
Yeah, well, I just like told him like the vision of the song.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I'm looking for. Like my verses were already done, I think, except for like. And then Stir Crazy was the producer, and like I had 2 verses on there, and he was like, "Yo, you need to do a bridge or something at the end."
Yeah.
And then and it's good. It was like a collaborative process because then like Defect would hit me up, and he, ask me like questions about the session, like how do you want this set up, And Blaze came in, knocked it out, and I like it. I like the song. And then when we were on tour with them,
Songs of shit.
I asked George like, yo, do you think Blaze would be down to do a video for this? Like, and we found a spot, like it was like the green room in the Las Vegas venue.
Oh, that video looks
So there
really
was,
cool.
like,
Yeah.
The opening acts were playing, and I had a little boombox playing the song, and we're recording the video.
Oh, yeah.
Like backstage.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked, man. Fuck it. That's cool, man.
Straight street.
All right, well, let's go ahead and McNasty, do you have anything else you want to share lastly before we let you go, man? We appreciate you taking the time today.
No, man. Like I appreciate you guys having me. I'm about to turn 45 this week, so like
Nice.
it's been a long road for me. I'm finally gonna put out some new music, and then
Hell yeah.
we'll see how it does.
Hell
if it
yeah,
does
bro.
anything.
Old
I feel
old
like
juggalos represent.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely, dude.
I feel like in this day and age, it's like a quantity thing. Like you just have to keep putting stuff out, regardless of like
it is.
Yeah.
how critical I am of it.
Yeah, everything is in the moment now. Everybody wants instant gratification. Like you can't even hardly promo shit anymore, You got to keep that steady trickle coming out.
There's
Oh,
no.
For sure. But I've seen
for
those
the-
guys do those TikToks, and they take the same 4 bars of their song and do 50 different videos.
That's true.
That's very true.
The same 4 bar.
Yeah.
But then, but maybe I guess it works for them, because then I look at their like Spotify plays and their YouTube plays, and it's like, all right, this kind of works. I guess it's like, that idea of like someone has to see an advertisement 6 times before it gets like ingrained in their skull.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, man, that's annoying to see the same. It's not the same video, but it's like the same content over and over again.
It's old.
So since I do have another hip hop head on here, I just want to ask you one question before you get off.
All right.
For the 50th anniversary of hip hop, who do you think is the most prolific and influential rapper of all time?
Oh
I
man,
know that's a loaded question, but
it is. Prolific and influential.
yeah, prolific and influential. Because I'm saying, like, if you say best, that's all. I would say best is always subjective. You know what I mean? That's going to be up to you and your taste. But
And
who do you think has had? If you have to put one person, like if you had to make, a pedestal to hip hop, who would be at the top of that pedestal? Who's like the shining example of hip hop to you?
All right, so I don't know if I would put him at the top of the pedestal, but for prolific and influential, I would say that Rakim took rap from hip hop. It started on the block, into like a more
Poetic.
like multi-syllable rhymes,
Multis,
internal
yeah.
rhyme scheme, like just like him and Kool Moe D probably did more for like the advancement of hip hop from like, 73 to 80, 87. Like 1988 was like, it was just like, okay, here's a change, like Kool Mo D, LL, Rakim, like really like advanced lyricism, I want to say.
No, absolutely, man.
But like, I don't know, like I always say like it's kind of tough because he didn't, it was like a moment in time,
Yeah.
and then like
There's
I don't know, in
been
the last 20 years,
giant
maybe.
stones for sure that have dropped into the lake of hip hop, I guess, but I'm always
Yeah.
interested to know like where the mind goes to kind of narrow down that question, because it's almost an impossible question to answer. I do know that it's an extremely loaded question because there's so many people that have had a huge impact, but I always like to know who's like the idol in each rapper's kind of mindset.
Yeah, like for me, like the best is Jay is the best. I don't know, like people like give him shit for like, oh, he just borrows Biggie rhymes, but it's like he's more than that.
So Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Yeah, man.
It's
Hope
like,
he's
and
also
I
like.
wasn't-
No, I was just gonna quickly interject and just say, yeah, he's like an extreme like lyricist, and he's notorious for like going into the studio and basically doing his songs like on the fly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't like super hot on Jay, and then like he had that MTV Unplugged, and I like really listened to what he was saying, and I was like, man, I slept on him because I thought it was all like jiggy, music,
Yeah.
but he has some real shit. And then like it's tough to say like influential because like what has he done for the culture outside of rapping well? I mean, he's a great businessman and was able to like flex like all of the like his notoriety into like other avenues with clothing and liquors. Like he was like probably one of the, like I remember when like all the rappers were like, I've got my own vodka or I've got my own like my own cognac now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he was like one of the first, like I don't know if he was an investor in Belvedere or what happened, with that, but like
His face was connected
man,
to the
it's
brand.
tough to say like, man, and when you say influential, and it's like, man, like I don't want to take
Influenced
anything away
others.
from like Kanye because he's a whole entity of himself.
Like,
But,
of
there's like it just feels like there's so like it like everything goes in phases. Like at one point I would be like, man, 50 Cent is probably the most influential rapper,
as far as like,
at
well, I mean,
like as far as
shit,
like,
modern rap,
how
Lil
he-
Wayne. Lil Wayne has, like
Yeah.
I don't really even fuck with Lil Wayne, but like influential. You have to think that guy has influenced the whole wave. Like all the shit that people hate right now.
He
like our
basically
old heads
influenced the
hate.
last 15
Yeah.
years of
Bro.
hip hop.
I mean, all the old heads hate like is that shit that he kind of influenced heavily.
I was
and then you could-
3'6".
and then you could say like I mean, this is a hot take. Soldier Boy.
No, dude, no, hey, that is not a hot take. Even though he is an arrogant dickwad, as far as the fact when he did that little dancing shit that went along with the song, that changed the game because next thing you know, everything you started seeing dancing come into it, and then it kind of shifted hip hop in a sense to where it started being more about the groove to the song than the content of the song.
Yeah. And and then you would see like people that were cut from the cloth of like this guy's following the Soldier Boy blueprint, or this guy's following this guy's trying to do the Wayne thing. Cause I had friends that were like, yo, I'm gonna do like the Wayne thing where he goes in and like records 4 bars and then thinks about the next ones and then he does it, and they would make whole songs that way. Like I was like, I gotta write the whole thing down. Like,
That's how I write, dude. It takes a long time for me. I guess these guys, this dude especially, can just like throw shit together instantly, and that's how Ends always was when I wrote with him and stuff too. But like I was never like that, dude. I had to like put me in a room by myself for hours on end, and I might come out with a few bars.
And for me,
maybe.
for me, it's all like relative. You know, if it's something that I'm just trying to write quick or whatever, yeah, I can write it quick. But if it's an album, I'm obviously going to take a lot more time on it and try to make it better.
Oh yeah,
I think that's
like when you mentioned Wayne, it's like tough, man, because now it's like, yeah, man, maybe Wayne is probably the most influential.
Yeah. I've asked this to maybe 5 or 6 other people, and it's just out of like a high respect for, you know, I know that you're somebody who really loves the culture. And literally, I have never gotten a straight answer, and that's how I know whoever I'm talking to is into the culture. Because if you respect the culture, you can't just go, oh, for sure it was da-da-da-da. Yeah. If someone gives me an answer like that, it's like, yo, there's no way it could be that easy, man, because there's so many people that have shaped and molded this over the years. You know what I mean? Like, starting from Kool Herc all the way to, like, most recently, like, fucking, I think Denzel Curry is about to make waves, like, change the game in a lot of ways. Yeah. I, like, as far as like a shit, like, but yeah, we're seeing shifts right now from the fucking SoundClick shit. All that shit is like kind of affecting the way we're seeing that in the Juggalo world. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We're getting Ouija and like a lot of like the new style rap.
Yeah, the cloud rap, SoundCloud rap, and yeah, there's you know, and like that show that I just did last night. It's like you had like the guys that sounded like Ghostmane, and then you had the guys that had like that Suicide Boys sound, and then you had like the straight up like this is like the Midwest old school Wicked shit sound. Yeah. You know, and it's like there's so much variety inside of horrorcore now that and like Wicked shit music that's like, yo, if you like this guy, you might like this guy.
Yeah, right.
But if you know, and like that's like you guys, you know, with the Chapter 17 thing, it's like, hey man, Ouija might not be for you, but like, man, Hex, check out Hex, you know?
Yeah. I fucks with it. I'm the new representative for Chapter 17 on the show. So I fucks with Chapter 17. I think those guys, what they're doing is great. You know? Well played sound effects there. Well played sound effects. No. For that was slight, but like no, seriously, they are dope. I know that you don't get into Ouija, but that's really just because like it is like younger people's hip hop, bro.
It's because he sucks. That's okay.
It's not he sucks.
Look,
He's
if you want
shit,
if you want music that's good, go get. Can they get your album Elbow Drop?
Yes.
Can they buy a physical still?
Yeah, you can get it on McNastee.com, and then like everything but 2 songs are available on digital, but they're just all listed as like singles. So like, I think the songs on Elbow Drop that aren't on digital are Chasing Checks with Bones Dub and Sleep Lyrical, and then Under My Bills.
Ends
like
is actually on
like,
Hollywood, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got it. I mean, Cop Elbow Drop. He's got a song with Jamie Madrox and Intrinsic, Ends, Blaze You Dead Homie, fucking Potluck, Bones Dub,
Intrinsic,
yada yada. You know,
lots of big names.
Thanks for the plug.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yes,
yeah, no, for sure. He's the shit.
Buy my wrestling buddies. I have like 10 of them left.
Oh, cool. Yeah, get a McNasty wrestling buddy. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Man.
So if you want to beat the shit out of McNasty, you finally can.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You know, if you're mad at him for his success that you don't have, I have 3 of them. I love them.
That's so funny. No, that's awesome. All right, bro. Well, thanks for hanging with us today, man. We appreciate you very much, dude.
Hey, I'll let you get to House of Wax.
Yes, thanks.
Yes, sir, brother. Thank you so much for joining us, man. You're a legend, a goat, man. You're the shit.
Oh yeah. Peace out, y'all.
See you, dude.
Hey, peace, later, brother.
All right, that was McNasty.
Yes, sir.
We did it.
I did not know he had wrestling buddies. That's
shit,
that is fascinating.
Absolutely, bro.
That's funny.
It's backwards, but here you go. Yeah, they're it says 40 to 20. Yeah, there you go. McNasty wrestling
backwards,
20 inch.
Backwards text.
The
20-inch McNasty rapping buddy.
I think that's like it says now 2 inches shorter.
Hell yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, man, like I think that's that's what size they make. I mean, what's 20 inches? Probably like that, something like that.
Yeah, they're usually small. Like
Back
the
in my
wrestling
day,
buddies.
like our wrestling buddies that we had were like
They were
3
decent.
feet fucking tall.
Yeah,
right?
I remember. Like, no,
You
they
could,
were
like,
about the
legit,
size
like-
of a small child. Like, you were really supposed to wrestle it.
Yeah.
Maybe, are we remembering it wrong because we were just little?
No, they were big, right?
No, I do remember like grabbing mine and like really slamming it like the fuck out of it.
I
like, on the
remember.
ground. Yeah.
I mean, I would put it in headlocks. I would fucking suplex it. You
Right.
know, I would fuck the little hole.
You would like, yeah,
I would do all of it.
Right.
Yeah,
You would
that's
get
what
it
I'm
in a headlock. You would get it in a tight squeeze. You would take it with you into the shower.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
Finger it.
Does his have a cock pocket?
I mean,
They all do,
I
don't
thought
they?
every wrestling buddy did. That's
Isn't
part
that
of
the
it.
first thing you do with your wrestling buddy? You
That's
put
part.
a cock pocket in it.
That's part of a wrestling buddy.
You get it so you can fuck the $1 million man, right? That's the one I got. I remember, that y'all brought up painful memories. I asked my mom for a wrestle buddy, and I wanted Hulk Hogan, obviously, or at the Ultimate Dragon maybe or whatever, like something like that. Bro, my mom got me $1 million man, bro.
That sucks,
That's
dude.
the wackest one.
had the $1 million
I remember
wrestling
opening it,
buddy.
bro. I wanted to cry, bro.
Yeah,
it
for
fucked
real.
my Christmas up.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
probably
one
like
of my
all
worst
they had
memories.
left because they were out of Hulk Hogan for
And
sure.
that same motherfucking this was a horrible Christmas. This sucks remembering it. But she got me this like robot. I opened it. It was like a learning robot. I remember opening it and going, "Oh, this is yours," and handed it to my little sister. And my mom's like, "No, that's yours." And like I
Wait,
was
was
like
it a My Pal too?
angry. No, it was like a robot that you put tapes in and it would go,
Oh, okay.
A is for alligator, B is
Oh.
for brutal, or whatever. And then like it was like a learning robot, but
Okay.
I didn't want it. At that point I was probably like 9 years old, so a little old for, learning robots. Thank you, Mom, for thinking of me, but
Hello?
yeah. Oh,
You should call your mom.
thank you, Jay. Thank you for letting me know.
You-
Thank you, Jay, for thank you for letting me know that, Jay. Thank you. Jay is somebody who respects his mother, as we all know, and thank you for that advice, Jay. I appreciate that, man. You're the man for calling in,
I think what he's trying
taking
to say
time
is
out of your day to
yeah.
call in and let us know.
You're expressing a bad memory
Then we
with
need to
her, and
call
I
our
think
mother.
he's just. I think he was just. That
was
was
just
his
saying-
way of telling you to, call her and make amends.
Yeah,
with
make
it.
amends.
Yeah.
Be a man, make amends with your mother. Don't that's fine.
That's good.
Yeah.
Haven't seen her in 15 years. Not.
What were we even talking about?
I don't remember. We do have to listen. We do have to review House of Wax.
I'll be right back.
It's a shorter album though, so that's why we're kind of bullshitting a little bit longer than
Yeah,
normal.
House of Wax is an easy listen.
It's a pretty short,
Dude,
one.
I'll say this. Like,
It's a shit.
I listen to House of Wax, and it rules.
It's one of the most underrated EPs ICP has. I'm not fucking
That's
around.
fucking sweet.
It really
dude.
is the shit. Because
It's a
whenever
good,
you
like,
say,
it's
"Hey,"
a good like sideshow ICP.
I would put
CD.
it in like I'm going to go on a limb here, even dangerous territory. I would put it in the top 3 ICP EPs.
Jesus
I really
Christ,
would.
I wouldn't do all that. But,
Yeah, I really would.
Dude,
Top 3.
Bizarre and Bizarre exist.
Well, I don't know. Bizarre and Bizarre.
I know it's hard to. You don't
I
even
feel
think
you.
about.
I
them when
don't
you
know.
think about
Yeah,
EPs,
you're
so.
right. Okay, top 5. I put it in my top 5.
Okay.
Yeah, and Bizarre and Bizarre almost count as one, even though they're distinctly 2 CDs. They're almost like one. You know what I
I
mean?
know. That's why you can't just say. But Bizarre. Well, which one? You
Double
both-
Z or double A?
they
Which
both-
one are you
They
talking
both
about?
rule. It's like a double album.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking for. I'm gonna buy House of Wax because I'm not gonna buy the whole fucking 6th box set. That's the only way you could get House of Wax.
Yeah, dude, they have the OG version or whatever. That's the image that we used on the site, which I was handling that little
there's
social
more than
media
one version?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't know much on that.
Oh,
dude.
you
I
mean
am
of
not
the 6 box
juggalo.
set?
Yeah, of the
Yeah.
6 box. Yeah, of the 6 box set.
Oh, look,
yeah.
you can get a 6 box set for $100.
Oh well, that's not too bad. I'm sure somebody on eBay, if you were selling your 6 box set, put it on eBay now, and Keezy
Wow.
might buy it from
These
you.
are definitely reproductions because look, he's sold 1,223 of these.
This shit. What a fake ass bullshit. Hey, always tip from Keezy or Donatello. Always check how many of an item that someone sold. If they've sold 1,000, that shit's probably fake.
That is crazy. How did he have so many?
Yeah, I know, dude. There's been a lot of people
Man.
falling for that shit.
All right,
Well,
well-
juggalos are about collecting.
Maybe
so
that's
it's
the
like,
single sole actual producer of them.
Yeah, think how many people like hopped on here, like collectors, and search for this shit. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I need to get House of Wax because
ganked
it's
a lot of people.
It's sweet. I did want to say this. We did put out our things you see at the gathering videos this week. Thanks for everyone who watched those. People seem to be enjoying them. We got a few retweets, some comments, good and bad. I'm sorry if you didn't like them.
Yeah,
you know.
we upset some people. You know.
I mean, I don't care. Like, we're just having fun, man. That's it. See,
Yeah, exactly. Some people might get a little offended at our fun, but you know, we're chodes. We're douchebags.
If we
That's-
clipped
we
you, you
admit
know,
it.
I'll say this: if we clipped you, that means you're out there, you're in the ether. We see you,
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter if we like you or not.
And have
but
a sense of humor.
Yeah,
you can make fun of us. You can make fun of us. We're
Be loud and
ugly as
proud.
fuck. We're ugly as fuck. You can easily make fun of us. Do your thing, man. I encourage it. Please.
wait,
Please.
we're talking to who? We're talking to
Just whoever. Just whoever. No specifics. Just whoever.
Okay.
Whoever might be watching, who might think that we're juffs.
And I'll say this: I am the one who made all those videos. I clipped everything. So if you really want to, blame someone, blame me.
No, blame me. Blame me. I'm just saying. I was the one in the clip.
No.
Whatever clip.
Blame
clip we're talking
me.
About. What are
Not
we talking
him.
about?
Blame me.
Blame us all, guys. We're
I
Deck
posted
One
them.
Dealt. We're the Ninja Turtles. Blame us and the Deckheads. Everyone in the chat right now, you can look in the live chat. Blame every one of them because they're all Deckheads. They're the homies.
Well, go peep the
I'm
things you
just
see at the
playing.
gather.
Don't blame
They're
them.
fun.
They're the shit.
They're fun little YouTube shorts and Instagram reels. I posted them. Go check them out. They're fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get to the motherfucking album, House of Wax. This intro, which is the shit.
Did you listen to this, Carver?
Listen to this before.
Well, I was saying I'd put it in the top 5 ICP EPs.
It's a good one. Yes.
I really would.
Very good. This is like so, like, slept on and out of nowhere.
Well, not a lot of people got it. Because it came with the box set, right?
Yeah, so you had to buy the box set to get
Yeah,
it.
so I think a lot of people just kind of slept on it, like, oh, it's just something they threw in the box. Because that's what I thought at first. I was like, oh, this is going to be like stupid shit,
Some bullshit.
like what? Why?
Like, it's
Like, whoa.
incredible the
Yeah.
quality of
No,
this
no,
compared to the
whoa,
kind of shit we get today.
I mean, I slept on it for a long time. I didn't care about it.
Like, I'm mad when I listen to this and think, like, because I'll be honest, I listened to this maybe once back when it came out, maybe, just because I was like, oh, new ICP, I'll check it out. And I never gave it the time of day after that. I was like, okay, it was kind of cool. But, like, listening to it today, this week, I was like, it was almost like all brand new to me.
Yeah.
So I
was
was
totally
listening to
brand
it.
new to me.
I was getting low key, like, kind of salty. Because I'm like, mad we can't get this quality of shit today.
No, I kind of hear you because this album is fucking dope.
I mean,
bro.
even this album is pretty old now, right?
Yeah, this is 2014.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2014. Yeah, this was, but still, you gotta think this was kind of like the middle point between, for me at least, from when I kind of
This is
fell
Mighty
out
Death
and when I
Pop.
got back. You know what I mean?
Mighty Death Pop era.
Mighty Death Pop era?
Yeah,
right
Mighty-
after. In between this and in between Missing Link.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
were all
now-
these songs recorded at that time? Because I don't remember that.
Death
at
Pop
all.
is a dope ass album too. So yeah, this was a good era, man.
Yeah, Young Wicked, I think probably did a lot of the production on this. He's all over this.
So these are all recorded, new recordings at that time. None of this is pulled from the past.
To me, it all sounds like that era, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
This song is the shit. Like, it's just like shit talking, you know?
Well, Jay does a lot of in this song. Jay does a lot of like acrobatics. You know what I mean? Like lyrical acrobatics. You know, like cinnamon, hit him like this tenemy. You know,
Yeah,
like he
yeah.
does a lot of like multi-word bars and shit like that. I also like even though that's like a kind of an odd choice for the end, the scared. Like I
it
like
doesn't
that.
sound out of place.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they would do that shit nowadays, and it would be like sound like shit. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
could have left that out.
Yeah.
But it sounds good here.
Yeah, it sounded really good. Shaggy is consistent. That's what I love about
Yeah.
Shaggy. Like, Shaggy does have times where you listen to him, you're like, yo, he fucking murdered that shit. But Shaggy never does, like, a bad job.
But sometimes he throws in bars where he just, like, bails on the rhyme completely.
Well, yeah. Well,
Like, that happens pretty often.
same
I
as
think
like
even
his
on this album.
occupation, his occupations thing. How he'll randomly say like he's in an occupation.
Oh, he's a weapons specialist.
Yeah.
He's a butcher. He understands knives and how to make the the blade.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. He is a tradesman. Shaggy is a fucking tradesman.
I mean, shit. He's got apprenticeship on job training for a cop. Being a cop, I fucked a cop. He he was he was in the squad and saw how everything worked. I mean that's pretty much an apprenticeship.
True.
Yeah.
Law enforcement, Shaggy. So yeah, we're
He's Sugar Bear.
just leave him alone, okay?
Just leave him alone, guys. Just fucking leave him alone.
He's got many trades under his belt. Don't rapper's just one of them. I really like the concept of House of Wax. Since Ringmaster Wax Museum's one of my favorite intros they ever did, and I really wish they could have expanded in that idea of a wax museum.
They kind of did
It's
that. They tried a little bit.
Yeah,
It's one of the doper Dark Carnival ideas. But yeah,
It is. No, I was just saying, like, the song House of Wax, like, they do, like, tell that story, but it's like, it's kind of, like, half fleshed out, I think, but it's not. I like that song for the record. I really do. But to your point, I think they could have done something a little deeper with that idea.
You remember the Ringmaster House of Wax is like, and a million souls coming in wax.
Yeah.
And we're talking. They're talking about the afterlife and how people are wax figures, and that would have been a great concept album, or probably would have just been one song for them back then. But imagine that as a concept album.
Yeah, the House of Wax is period. Just the concept of that is just a great Dark Carnival concept. Walking in and seeing like
your
wax
family
figures,
stuck in wax.
your
shit.
family looking at you as their face melts off, like in the heat.
Did you guys ever see the horror movie House of Wax?
Oh man,
Starring Paris Hilton?
I think I have.
No,
actually.
right when you said that, I was like, nope.
It's actually good.
That would have been like red flag.
It's actually good.
Really?
I highly recommend it.
Does she
seriously.
die in the first 10
Yeah,
minutes?
she actually does die like in the first half.
That sounds really good.
I actually heard.
I would love to watch that.
I heard for that movie a one Amber was an extra there.
Amber is a love.
Like she, they they had.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
This
okay.
would have been a good episode to have Vinny on.
Yeah.
Well,
Damn.
Marry me.
Anyway,
we need to have him on soon for sure.
I wish Vinny would like call in. That would,
yeah.
Yeah, that's a boy.
Vinny, call in. You know our number.
See, to me, I really like this song. It's the funny, I like.
I couldn't tell if you were being sarcastic.
No,
at
I
first.
do like this song.
This song fucking is awesome.
Yeah.
man. Mikey
Yeah.
Clark, like
Yeah.
a motherfucker on this song.
Yeah, to me, this is the ICP I love. Just the fun, fucking clowny, crazy shit.
Yeah, this is like a real great clowny song. It's because he's saying like, pretty, I don't want to say shocking, but he's kind of pushing the envelope a little bit with the lyrics and shit. But it's done in a funny way, so that whoever's listening to it with you,
Yeah.
I listened to this
Oh.
with my girlfriend, and she was like, "This is funny."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Yeah."
This song, he's doing like dope rhymes
Yeah.
on this like funky ass beat. He's saying like ridiculous shit. In the first verse, he drops an F slur and R slur. Yeah. First verse.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, FNR.
He drops one that first bar, I think.
Guys, slurs. Are you talking about slurs?
Yes, I know.
F and R slurs.
Believe it or not, we're not.
Jay uses a slur.
We're not the only ones dropping slurs.
Guys, yeah, that's rough.
And if you didn't know what the slurs are, they're faggot and retard.
Jesus.
Look, here goes.
Thank you for tuning in to Deck One Tell. All right. Anyway, I'm a big fat.
Like right off the bat. Oh, maybe not. Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
you look like an asshole. See, and you just said
All right, whatever. I don't like how they spelled Ima.
That's one of my favorite. I mean, MMA. Come on. Who doesn't like MMA?
It did make me feel manly. If only there was a horse on there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where he drops the F slur. I can't remember.
Yeah, he does definitely. I know what you're talking about, but
I was so
But
happy.
still.
I was like, hell yeah, I love it.
no way.
Just
Look,
kidding.
yeah, look. If you think we're using those words to mean
I was
something hateful, get a fucking.
I was just saying the lyrics, bro.
Get a fucking grip.
This song's awesome.
We're
I'm a big
juggalos,
fat
man.
dick. Like that shit's dope, bro. This whole
Yeah,
song
yeah.
is sweet. I don't know. This whole album could be on a like slept on ICP slept on or playlist.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
See, bro, that needs to be clipped for the soundboard.
Oh,
I'm
that's
a
a good
big
one.
fat dickhead. That's good.
Something satanic related.
Yeah, clip that shit because somebody's acting like a jerk off. I'm a big fat dickhead. Clip.
I do like the through line of like the people at the carnival, like on the.
This skit
After
is
the
the
song.
shit.
This
I like
song
skit.
rules.
This song is amazing, but I really love this skit too.
Oh yeah, same.
Like, there's,
Remember this song?
Oh yeah.
you should write it, dude. And the
I love the
kind of
They do the conversations on this
Yeah.
song. Like
right.
here he goes.
It's a good story song.
It's got the scratching and shit.
Right.
Ooh, Jester Beats. I'll take you up on that, buddy. I'll DM
What happened?
you. He said he'll send me a house of wax.
Oh shit.
Oh, is this Legs Diamond
Is it?
or is that just Jay? You think? It sounds like Legs. to
Oh,
me.
doing the voice.
the zipper.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't tell if Legs is in there.
It sounds like it's edited. It's pitched up.
Maybe.
I don't know who by
I don't
who,
know.
but
Usually when Jay does the high pitch, it's like the announcer voice. The
Yeah.
really.
yeah.
I mean, every once in a while he's kind of went a little higher, but that's when he's doing like when he's imitating like a dweeb,
Yeah.
I got my ticket, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of that pitch, and that didn't sound like that. I would
Yeah, it
think
sounded like Legs to me.
Yeah.
So if for those that I know we've been talking over it, this song is about. This song reminded me of like kind of like Stardust from Twisted, where like they don't really say even what it is, but like it's like life changing.
Yeah.
The whole idea is they go on this ridiculous, shitty looking ride, and it like blew their fucking mind. But
Yeah.
they don't even
Yeah.
talk about like what the ride is. You
Right.
know, they're saying it's crazy, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then, like they keep riding it, and the catch is at the end they ride it 3 times, and your life you lose.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Yeah. Yep.
I love it though. Like they wrap it all up. Like it's a fun.
almost like
It's a dark carnival ride. It's another one for the collection.
Yeah.
It's almost like a weird. It's also like a metaphor too for almost like a addiction or enjoying something. You know? What I
Yeah,
mean?
you're right. It could-
Because like if you would ride it just once or twice, you'd be all right. It's that third ride that kills you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
how come the fair is hiding it?
Yeah.
Tight, man. All the bars are tight.
Like, don't call me out for not drinking I'm drinking Mountain Dew. Like, what the fuck? Come on, Just Chris. What are you doing, man? Ashamed of myself.
I mean, we're all ashamed of it.
Yeah, I know. You should be. I deserve the shame. Drinking Mountain Dew. What am I doing?
I said Fago.
Where am I at in life?
Fuck Mountain Dew.
Exactly. At the very least, like I should have gotten like
A moon mist.
RC or something. At the very least. That's like if you
That
do
is
have
true.
to go, I'm drinking Mountain Dew.
And you work at a store.
I know. Where am I at in life? Like,
Yeah,
what am
that-
I even doing?
That soda I got is from Virginia. I can't remember the
To
name.
be fair,
of
the shit at my store basically sells Jones soda. That's it. They don't sell much of shit. Health food, man. Health food.
This song.
Jay, I was gonna say on this, Jay kind of does some flexing, a
Yeah,
little
he
bit of
does.
acrobatic like lyricism.
This is one of the only songs I even could name where it's just like bars.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's no storyline. It's just them rapping. You know what I mean?
Pretty sure
What
it's
is
just
three?
Jay, too.
What is 324?
That's how long the song is. It says 3:42, but then there's a little skit at the end.
Okay, shit. See, I was listening to it in the car, and I listened to the whole track, and I was like, What the fuck does
Yeah.
324? Because at first I was like, maybe he's talking about the 3 verses, 24 bars each. But then I listened to it. I was like, that's not the setup
No.
of the song. So I was like,
It's just 3.5 minutes of bars from Violent J.
yeah. So it's just like, yeah, okay, shit, good shit.
He like shouts out all his homies and like does all
Yeah.
kinds of like random shit. They got like gunshots on parts. Like it's still well done. Like
Yeah, it
nice-
has like the murder siren.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm telling you, yeah,
And he
he's
starts,
riding
like-
that shit.
He like keeps like doing that.
Yeah. I'm saying, man, he's just still spitting, you know.
Dude, 3.5 minutes of just bars is pretty tricky.
It's flexing, yeah, it's flexing.
Like that's a lot of writing.
That's flexing. That's Jay flexing.
Like you people don't realize how much like hooks take up time in a song.
Absolutely,
You know?
yeah, absolutely. It gives you a chance to rest your mind. It is tough to write just bars for that long.
Yeah.
You're talking, 4 or 5. If we were talking physical pages, you're talking like 4 or 5 pages of bars.
For sure.
Yeah, see, so I'm saying he's riding it well, spitting bars. He killed this shit.
He calls it the murder mitten. Have you heard of Michigan refer to that as that before?
Murderous.
when-
I've
when-
heard that.
The
I
murder
ca-
mitten.
Well,
Murder
when you say
mitten.
murder mitten, I just think of my ex-wife's puss.
It reminds me of the movie Teeth.
But yeah, exactly. Her murder mitten.
No, there's a
It's like, is that catfish? I got some cornbread.
I can't.
Oh
I
my
think it's
god,
this
is
song-
that tartar sauce?
I think it's the song where he calls it the murder mitten. But the reason I bring it up is I never heard that until Isham says it a couple times on his new CD.
Murder mitten. Now, are they talking about a pussy?
No, they're talking about Michigan.
Oh, the murder mitten.
Michigan looks like a mitten.
Oh, so they call it the murder mitten.
Yeah.
Okay, so if
That's
Michigan,
the wackest fucking name for like.
look,
I'm
Oh.
sorry, bro. That is whack, dog.
It-
Murder mitten. Where are you from? I'm from the murder mitten. Like, I mean, but come on, you can't say like,
you can't
There's
say
gotta
the
be some-
killing glove, the killing.
the killing glove.
If
I'm
Michigan's
from the
the
killing glove.
if Michigan's the murder mitten, then Florida's the.
Gave that bitch a pink sock.
Well, it starts with an M. And they both start with M. So murder mitten, Michigan. I guess that might be the thing. Like it has to use an M. But yeah, I don't like. It's hard to make a mitten like gangster. You know what I mean? Or like or threatening.
Yeah.
Like if there was a serial killer out there and like every time he murdered somebody he wore mittens, I wouldn't be afraid of that killer. Like they could be like, dude, he killed 2 people 1 block from your house. I'd be like, I don't give a shit. He wears mittens, bro. Like,
No, I'd be like, you'd be like, I don't give a shit. And then they're like, no, bro, he was wearing mittens. And you'd be like, what?
what
Did you say mittens?
mittens? Like the things that kids wear when they're playing with snowballs?
He's like,
And you're
dude, we got to get out of here.
Yeah. They're like, but how
Only a
does
fucking real, true psychopath would wear mittens and murder people.
But how does he do things with his fingers? There's no mobile dexterity.
They're like,
He must be a madman.
He only has one huge fucking finger.
Yeah. He's like a Lego man. Yeah, sorry. If you're someone out there who does have Lego hands, we're very sorry for making fun of you.
Dirty glove. Yeah, to me, I would call it the love oven
Oh,
glove.
that's what he said. He actually says dirty glove.
It's the love oven glove.
He said he might
I
say
always
both.
think Shaggy has great names for pussies, like Fuzzy Pickle Mitten.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this fucking weird song?
This one I wasn't a fan of.
I
didn't
really
like
like what they're doing on this song, but this isn't a song you like listen to and like. This
No.
is a song you like experience. Like that was interesting and weird. Next,
Yeah.
like, you know,
It's a good song to listen to while you're taking a dookie.
yeah, it's like I just hate
Taking
how
a
they're singing
shit.
like doo boo doo boo doo boo doo boo boo boo.
It's experimental as
boo,
fuck,
boo, boo.
Yeah, it's experience. Like, yeah, I get there. I get it's supposed to be like kind of funny and yeah, I just don't. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I get it. They're asking the Zen of love, and he gives them like advice and shit. Like, it's just supposed to be funny. Yeah, young Wicked screaming in
It
the
just
background.
has,
and
yeah, I
shit.
was gonna say it just has like those weird like, like the shit that I hate. Like, I don't know.
This song is way too long. It's 5.5
It is.
minutes long.
It's extreme. We're only halfway through.
Zen of love.
But this song is look. I'll say this. Like, I like the creativity and the thought put into this song. These kind of songs are like kind of rare these days.
Yeah.
It's like such a concept that like even the style of it is a concept. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess it's their evolution of shit like Love Song and Tunnel of Love,
Yeah.
but you know,
They tried.
yeah.
You know. It's probably my least favorite song on here, but I still
yeah, that's
like
what
it kind of a bit.
I think that's why. I think
don't
that's
know.
why compared to pretty much every other song on the album, it's
Yeah.
not as good.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right, I'm gonna.
I'm not saying that it's like horrible, but yeah, and that's another thing. It goes on for about 2.5 to 3
There's, like-
minutes
Yeah,
of
it's
this.
way too long.
Sin of love.
You got the sin of love.
Like, you get like young Wicked just like experimenting in the lab,
Yeah.
like. And Jay's like, "All right, bro." Like, he's like, "Go leave it, man. That's sweet."
It almost sounds like it was just like invented for like a theme song for like their podcast, you know?
Yeah, you're right. And then
This
this,
is-
this was shit predates the podcast, but it's 7
like-
years or
it's like
whatever.
Yeah.
Jay and Young Wicked like in the studio.
Yeah.
No.
And they're like gunshots and shit.
Yeah.
So weird.
It's a very odd choice. But every other song on here, dope. You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
for
still
that
li-
to be the weak, and for that to be the weakest song, not so bad. You know what I mean? For that to be the weakest song, 'cause it's not horrible.
I'm trying to decide if I'd rather listen to that or Queens.
Or Queens. I like Queens.
I like Queens too, but I like that too.
You like that one? That one you would listen to again?
I mean,
just
like I
shit
said, it wasn't
trip?
one that like you like put on and listen, like you experience it, but it's fun.
My experience was
Queens isn't very fun.
My
It's
experience
like-
was I want to hit the next button. It wasn't bad, but like for real, I heard that one once and I was like, all right, that's enough. That's enough for Zen of Love.
Fair enough.
This shit is tight. This song is the shit. Young Wicked always kind of came like, you know, pretty proper, but fuck them. You know, I was never a Young Wicked fan. Like, 100% like the guy can flow, but he has nothing distinguishing, in my opinion, other than the fact that he has a good rhythm. His bars aren't impressive. He just has a good rhythm. So he can do that.
When I come back, and I want to be the one to bring the throwback. I'ma go back. I'ma go mad. Hit your ass in the ass with a paper bag. I'm a zigzag.
You know, like that. He just has that style. Here you go. It's always his style, though.
When I'm coming to running, you coming dangerous. When I want to be running in front of ranges, running with the best of the danger.
That's always his style.
But it sounds cool.
It does sound cool, but that's the thing. Like, he's a one-trick pony. So, like, by song 8, it's like, all right,
you're
I've
right.
heard it.
You're right.
I'm done. I've heard.
I've been listening
I've
to
heard
a lot of.
everything.
I've been listening to a lot of Young Wicked. Like actually, in the past couple weeks, I've been listening to Prodigal Son, which was his Magic Ninja debut, I think.
Yeah.
And he's doing a lot of like weird, like singing and shit. Like he's almost like trying to be like to like break through, you know?
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's kind of shitty, but
Corny.
his next album was he changed to James Garcia, and it was like whatever. But that
Yeah.
album is actually dope as fuck.
It
Just
is?
like rap.
All right.
Nevertheless, I feel you.
Yeah.
He's he is kind of a one-trick pony in that regard, but
Yeah.
I think he's
He never impressed me.
I think he's a very good producer, and he's a great asset to a team, somebody you want in the lab with you. Truly.
I could hear that. I mean, Jay like really was investing that time into him for a while. You know what I mean? He was like the future of Psychopathic, pretty much. But then, you know, he let his dick move him around, and then here we are.
Yep.
And Ouija kind of went into that path, and Ouija, no matter what you want to say about Ouija, one fact about Ouija is that motherfucker works.
Yeah, I know.
He
That's why we
works.
That's why we got fucking everyone sweating Ouija instead of Hoodoo, because Hoodoo only releases an album every 6 years.
Yeah, Ouija is constantly recording, and then when he hits stage, he's a fucking ball of energy. He knows how to interact with his fan. He knows his fan base. He knows how to reach out to those
He just
fans.
needs to get good at writing and recording and rapping, and then we'll be all good.
Get out of here. Keezy, I will fucking set
If he
this,
could just like get
I will
good
knock
at
this
writing
table over.
songs, recording songs, and then like putting them out. And
So you're talking about like what, 4 albums ago when he was like he's always been dope, but like 4 albums ago he got like tight. He found out his like sound.
That 4 albums ago, that was just like 6 months ago, dude.
No, I'm talking about real albums. I'm not talking about no. I'm talking about like solid. He releases shitloads of like Elo EPs, but it's almost like Joker card type shit.
No, he doesn't. Every album is an epic, and it's every 3 months.
No. Not every 3 months. Hold on, let's look at releases. Hold on.
He's released 4 albums this year, for sure.
Yeah, but this year, yeah, he's going ham.
Quantity.
And there's
over
no way, no.
quality.
Look, this year, Detritus and
Quantity.
Hideous, right? And then he had the ones that he had at the Gathering, right?
Yeah.
Which were just like indie releases. But then there's Problem Children 2022, Stelwyn, Fallen Angelic. All those, that's 3 in 1 year.
Sorry, that was me.
2021 he had 3. 2020 he had
No, those don't have his collab at once.
4 or 5, yeah. 2019 1, 2018 2.
He always does like at least 1 or 2 collab ones.
Are you literally giving him bad marks for being a hard worker?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
For being in the
I
studio?
am.
Bro, Juice WRLD, fucking Tupac. Bro, these are people that stayed in the studio all the fucking time, and they have shitloads and shitloads of material even after they're gone. That's why Juice WRLD's on his like 5th album after his death.
Yeah, he
Because
chose
was-
not to release it though because he knew that shit was like not as good as his other shit.
I will throw this Mountain Dew in your face, Keezy.
Like that's the thing. You need to be able to recognize when your shit's not as good and
You're
don't put it
incorrect,
out.
bro. You're incorrect, bro.
No, I'm not incorrect. You
Yeah.
need to be able to hold that shit
Incorrect.
back.
Why do you think so many people are ripping his shit? Because he's fire, bro.
It's
just
because
you're old
they're
and you just
fucking
don't like-
sheep.
No, bro. It's just because you're not into
Because
the
it's
new wave.
cool.
You just don't understand new music, bro. It's hip hop, and that's the thing.
I
Hip hop
know.
is constantly
I
evolving.
don't give a fuck about new music
and
or
you're
hip
old.
hop.
I know, and you're old, and so the thing. I'm old too, but at least the thing is, at least I can appreciate the fact I love hip hop, and I can appreciate the fact that somebody like Ouija is just the new fucking wave of hip hop, bro. If you don't understand
Yeah.
it, guess what? Our parents didn't understand
know.
hip hop. Even if you had
And guess
parents
what?
who
Our
grew
parents-
up listening
if our
to
parents-
fucking DJ Kool Herc,
Hey, if-
DJ Kool Herc, I bet you when he was listening to fucking Tupac and shit, like he was like, yo, this is hip hop, this is dope. But
Hey, if my parents want to get a podcast and diss all the music I want, have at it. I ain't listening to it. That's what I say.
But are you comparing
You
Ouija
really-
to Tupac?
no, not at all. No, not at all. I'm just saying, not at all. No, let's be
Okay.
serious here. Let's be serious.
Okay,
here.
I mean, you
Let's
literally
be
got
serious
people
here.
out here calling Ouija goat and stuff like that.
That's silly.
Other podcasters out
That's
there calling
silly.
Ouija goat.
No, that's silly as fuck. If you're saying that
Like
Ouija
they
is
just
the
say like,
greatest
oh,
of
Goat
all
released
time,
a new.
That's
No, like, he is
fucking
the GOAT.
silly, bro. That's silly. Now, if you're using goat in a slang term, like,
Somebody-
oh, yo, you're dope as fuck, like you're goat. You
Look,
know,
Callie Green Too Fresh literally said Darby is the goat.
I know, but you also you're thinking of it in old terms though.
Darby
It's
is
slang
the
now.
goat.
Goat is slang now. They're not saying literally the greatest of all time. It's just saying like they're dope as fuck.
He's goated,
like, yo,
man.
you're goat
Yeah,
as
yeah,
fuck.
he's
Yeah, you're
goated.
goat. Yeah, you're dope. But yeah, that's just younger cats. Now
That
to be
verse you
fair,
spit
I
earlier
don't know
today
what
was
Callie
goat.
Green
That was
is.
the goat. That verse you spit was the goat.
Was goat.
Yeah,
It was
it was
not
goated.
It was not goated.
It was
but
goated.
Thank you guys. See, but see, no one could like you just used the slang, I guess, properly. It was a stupid use
Bro,
for it.
I'm gonna
I
put,
don't agree at
I'm gonna
all.
put that out on Broken Fort's Spotify as a single.
Broken Force Spotify as a single. It was horribly recorded live, but it's always here on YouTube. Anybody can always come and listen to it. And you guys can come and listen to it on the pre-show. You know, the song's on YouTube. Oh, by the way, House of Wax. This is a great song.
This song is
what we were talking
funky
about. Yeah.
and fun. I like this song a lot.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why they chose not to make this track too.
I don't know. This should be the title track.
This track's whack.
You think it's I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Oh man, I'm melting. That was a bad one.
I can't help but sit still or stand still this
Oh,
entire
man.
song.
Sorry guys, I
What
can't.
a
I
wax
can't hear you.
job.
I can't hear you anymore, man. This song is just in here, man.
Oh, you got a lot of ear
Too
wax.
much wax.
Oh man. You know, at first I like this song, but on a second listen, it's kind of wax.
Waxy.
Yeah.
The song I was listening when I was listening to Zen of Love under the table. I have to admit I was waxing off.
I'll tell you to give this song a wax on or wax off, I'll give it a wax on.
Guys,
in Miyagi's words.
Guys, Willie, we wax. We wax.
We wax. We wax.
I'm stretching.
David now?
I'm stretching.
Shout out, David.
I'm stretching, guys. We wax, everybody. We wax.
We wax, Quest. We wax. Just Quest.
Oh, listen to this bit.
Let me feel your ass.
Yeah, that's tight. You been working out?
It's
Been
waxy.
riding a bike or something?
Yeah, see how he was pitched
shout out
up
to,
there?
Yeah. Who was it? DC that had like a contest or something like on his. Somebody I thought had like a contest on their page or something where they asked them. They were in the chat or in the Discord saying that they. I think it was DC Fago guy said he had like he put out that question, that lyric, and said if you know this lyric, I'll give you.
What, let me feel
this
your ass?
thing. Yeah, well, that from that skit, you know what I mean.
What was the lyric? Do you remember?
I've
That was
lived.
it.
I've lived
It
that
was that
lyric.
skit that he posted like, "Let me feel your ass, bro," or whatever.
I
he said,
see, I
"What
see.
song is this from? If you answer it, I'll give you something." And then nobody could answer it.
Nice.
I didn't know it. I wouldn't have been able to answer it on the spot, but I have lived it. I've
Had someone feel your ass?
Yes.
I literally did that before the show.
Yeah. Oh,
I
we
walked
do.
in,
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, bro, how you been, bro? How's your week? It's been good. Yeah, it's been good. Hell yeah. Can I grab your ass before the show?"
Let me feel that ass.
It's like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And then I squeezed it, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to rap. I want to rap for you now." Yeah, it was DC Fago, guys.
Well, you did have a handful of cheek while you were rapping that entire time. The camera was off, you couldn't see, so people didn't know. But yeah,
Yeah.
What do you think about this weird song?
This one.
take it out of me. Now, are they talking about a whack?
Take it out on me.
Oh,
Maybe he's talking about like the wiener.
yeah. I mean, in that, yeah, that's why I love it. I mean, it's a good one, you know. I mean, you had Zen of Love, you had the wax. That could have been wax wieners, but take it out on me, take it in me is, you know, you just accept it for what it is, and you just let it, you know, you just let it slide in your whatever hole. If it's your ears,
you have to let it in. You have to let it in deep. You have to let them take it out, and then you
Yeah.
have to take it in deep. And
this
you
song-
have to hold it inside for as
This-
long as you can.
When I took the song in me,
Yeah.
I held it, and I felt like a deep just feeling.
You
of-
take the wax in your house. It's the house of wax. You
Yeah.
take the wax.
I felt
shaft.
I definitely felt a release.
yeah, it like kind of goes in and
The
just
wa-
like it's there.
And then you have that warm feeling deep inside.
Like melted wax.
And you
like
have
it's-
like how do you do it? How do you get it out?
like when you drip a
You know,
candle.
But you're like
I think you just have to get up and like for me when
you're like, take it
I
out
just-
of me.
I just had to get up and move around. You know, afterwards I just had to get up and move around, and I think that got everything out of me.
I took it out on me during the song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shh. Vinny?
I smell cock in the air.
Okay. We'll stop. We'll stop. Sorry.
Sorry, Vinny. Here with us in spirit, brother.
Not into incomprehensible tangents, I guess. Chill. This song though is I listened to this song and then immediately all 11 minutes of this song and then immediately turn it on again.
Yeah.
I listened to 22 minutes of this song.
Wow.
22 minutes. Jesus.
In 14 seconds.
Yes.
I listened to it 3 times. So, I mean, I'm not bragging.
You
I'm
listened
counting.
to it
counting.
40.
Literally a half hour. No, it was 33. It was 33
30
minutes and 21 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I had said. I was saying.
Exactly
Oh, did
33 minutes.
I say listen to I did actually listen to
I
it.
know you did the math already.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually listened to it 4 times.
Really?
Oh, so you were listening to it
44
50
minutes and 28
seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I did. Could you
Well-
believe that?
Well, I know you're not going to believe this. I know this is almost unbelievable, but I listened to this song 5 times.
Bro, you just said
so
3
you were
times.
listening
That's
to
50,
it.
yes.
You just said 3 times.
That's 55.
Did you just say 3 times?
I know, but I listened to it 5 times total. I didn't want to brag. I didn't want to boast in front of you.
You took a
because I knew
break.
that
You-
You
You
probably
know what, bro? I
listened
did
to
that
3.
same thing. Let's do it 6 times.
You took a 7 minute and 30 second break, so you
Wait.
were there the entirety of an hour.
Honestly, I forgot the fact. I totally forgot the fact that you and me listened to it twice.
You know what? I forgot.
So I
this.
listened to it 8 times. So that's 88 minutes.
Dude, I actually turned it on
and
and it put,
56
I
seconds.
turned it on. I accidentally turned it on and put it on repeat and fell asleep. So I actually listened to it the whole time last night. I was asleep and then woke up and watched YouTube for 4 hours in my bed, and then it was still playing, and I didn't even realize it. So how many?
I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
All right, about this song though. About this song. About this song.
What's got me cracking up is for just a split second, I literally started doing the math in my head. I was like, all right, so that's like 40 hours. All right.
That's great.
All right, you guys ain't gonna believe this though. I did listen to this song for 1 day straight, but I'll tell you what it's about. Do you know what it's about?
I mean, all those many times I've listened to it, I don't know.
All right, this song's actually dope. Like the story, it's a full story. It's akin to Amy's in the Attic, Prom Queen, In My Room. I would put it in the same category as all these. It's just I got to turn it down. No, it's like the disembodied screaming.
This fits though. This fits because I'm eating a mint Kit Kat and I got some chocolate in my hand and I rubbed my eye and I got the mint in my eye. So in my brain, that pain of the mint in my eye was exactly what Jay was doing. It's like having fucking Vaseline in my eyes.
So this song is about how he bought this house and it came with a ghost. Her name is Molly,
Yeah.
and she's mad. She got stabbed to death when she was 20 years old, and she still haunts the house and haunts him. And he fell in love with her, so he is okay with her haunting him and filling his bed with bugs,
Filling his butt.
with bugs,
Butt bugs, bed bugs.
filling his bed with bugs and bud with bed. She filled his bud.
What's new, right?
She filled his bud with bed in this song.
Oh,
my
okay.
God.
So then at the end, he just is like, take it out on me. I don't care. I love you. Just I'll deal with it.
Oh, and then it's just like 6 minutes of her torturing him.
Yeah.
And he's like,
That was perfect, Esham. Wait, let me turn it up and see if this sounds good on there. There's like monsters and shit. It's so weird that they chose to drag this out for 11 minutes.
sounds like a cat.
I like the scratching.
Yeah,
I was down for that.
it reminds me of like old school shit from like Real Box and Ringmaster era.
I think it
That
sounds
type of
like
scratching.
sounds to me like a cat with a bad attitude.
Oh yeah, you know it, brother. Take it out on me.
The screaming does sound like a cat with a bad attitude.
It does. Sounds like a cat with a bad attitude.
That was not Chris.
That was not
How's that
Chris.
Chris?
That was actually Violent J. I was doing some of the crazy screams.
I need to cop that.
There it is. Yeah, I was gonna say, and there's still 3 minutes. Yeah.
Stop it.
That was not us either. That. looky clear. All these sound effects, we're going to stop making crazy sound effects so that you can enjoy Jay's musings.
There's still 2 more minutes of this.
Yes, Jay's musings.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Thank you, Vinny. I agree.
Good. Got it.
That sounds like a cat with a bad attitude.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. I agree.
You had to find the right.
I agree, Vinny.
I forgot what the fuck it was.
Thank you, Vinny. I agree with you.
Oh shit! This is so funny. So we're at 9 minutes of this 11-minute track.
Out on me.
So is it just
And then, well, at this
fade out
point-
with rain, or
Well, I think there is some like.
Well, no, there's like a little yeah.
There's a skit at the very, very end, but it might just be rain. Let's see. Hold on. It's at 9:48. Okay, yeah.
That was actually in the song.
All right, here. That's it. And then they. Okay, here we'll wait for the little skit because it ties in with the one from earlier. Hold on. Here it comes. The skit's coming.
Get ready, guys.
Here it comes. I swear. Take it out on me if
It's about to happen.
Here it comes. I swear to God.
2 seconds from now. You're about to hear it. You lying son of a bitch. you lying. You see you. We're not sorry if we tricked you.
I swear there's a skit at the end. I didn't play it. I'm sorry.
Tricked you.
I'm sorry.
Aye.
All right, I did trick you.
Diane Villing. Sorry, guys.
I did trick you, and I actually am sorry.
He made you stick around. What do you know?
I swear there's a skit.
Bro, maybe it's only if you have the CD.
No, I listened to it earlier.
Every night I'm hustling.
They see, there it is. Hold on.
Cool beans, man.
Why didn't it play on here?
that's stupid. That's
I
really
don't know.
dumb. They fucked it up.
They fucked
Go-
it
Hey,
up.
Spotify.
Go
why-
figure.
No, I'm on Spotify on my phone. It's just my computer for some reason.
Go
What the fuck?
figure.
Oh, it's gonna play.
We're going to play it through the technology at its finest, folks.
Oh, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna make you guys listen to the skit because it's so worth it. That's it.
No game.
No gay shit, and then silence. I wonder if that's like Jay like getting out some demons, because in Behind the Paint he talks about that neighborhood kid who tries to like get him to suck his dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
it was trauma.
He tells him like, "Suck my fucking dick, I'm gonna fuck you up."
that
And
might have
then
been him getting his trauma.
Jay says he
out.
got down on his knees and then like fucking ran.
He got down on his knees and
Marry me.
Ran.
oh,
Which I'm
ran.
glad that he fucking ran.
He ran, guys.
Good on you.
He
Jay.
ran so far away. Hey, I want.
Weirdos try to make you suck their dick. You gotta run, man.
I did want to talk about this. I know you didn't read it because you left yours.
Yeah, I
but
did.
I read it, and I took 5 minutes to read this right before the show.
Yeah.
This Blaze comic is what I'm talking about. This Blaze one-shot comic that came out a
Yep.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Not great. Not great.
man.
That one. It's
Not a
actually
great read.
Disappointing.
It's actually not a great read. It's actually disappointing because
Oh, you actually read? I never read those. What are they? Comics? I just look at the pictures.
I
Go ahead, tell me.
the what happened what kind of
Oh,
piss-
words. I've heard of those.
What kind of pisses me off about it is they yada 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 over the only the only interesting part of Blaze's story, which is why did he become Blaze, your dead homie, right?
Yeah.
They literally, I'm not kidding you, yada 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 over it. Like, and by that I mean like the story starts out with Saturday afternoon. Literally, lyrics from the song are playing in the little bubbles. It's kind of
That's
cool,
dope.
but that gets old very quickly because you literally can't stop like just singing lyrics because
Yeah.
every
single chat bubble out of Blaze's mouth for the rest of the comic is like lyrics.
Oh,
it's kind of aggravating, and like even the little like tomorrow, like that, those little boxes are often like lyric. It's very like overdone.
Oh man.
And so besides that, the yada 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 part, they like.
Sorry, when did Tech 9 get in there? Did he have a cameo? Or?
Yada
yada yada. Or Tech 9 does show up. ICP shows up at some point.
Tech 9 actually shows up.
I'm sorry. ICP shows up with Tech 9s. And they
okay.
they are the ones that kill Blaze. No, I'm just kidding. None of that happens.
Okay.
That would be great.
No, for real though. For real,
I was about to go buy it right now.
For real though.
Oh, what?
Like that. Anyways, long story short, I'm spoiling the comic for you guys real quick.
Yeah.
Here's how it goes. Blaze is robbing. He gets killed. For some reason, he gets killed, and there's a couple frames of Twisted digging him up. Twisted are digging him up. Then and they have some ghost bitch with them. I imagine that has something to do with their comic. I don't know, but
okay.
They dig him up and it's like we've done it. And then the next frame is like Blaze like I go to work and like he's like it's just him killing people the rest of the comic. I'm not kidding.
Oh.
And like they don't even say like why he's doing that, why they brought him back to life, who he is.
Isn't the lore like he got killed by like some rival gangsters or something? Like he was a G, he got shot in the head.
Yeah.
And then
once in the
came back
chest,
from- yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
You'll know it's all in there.
and then and then he comes back and
What would have been?
that's why he came back, just for revenge, right?
What would have been a great, I think, story?
But he's never gotten that revenge. He's never caught up. That's why he's a rapper.
Yeah.
He's a rapper to get exposure so that he can travel the world and try to find the person who busted a cap in his fucking
But
mouth.
there's no
Well, that's
sto-
what I'm saying. That would have been a great 3-act story. Is like it started with him in like in his gang life, like his actual real gang
Yes,
life.
that's what it is.
They build up characters. They build up his enemies. He gets shot and he comes back, and it's a revenge story.
Yes,
Right.
it should have ended. The comic should have ended with like him coming back. Like
Yeah.
that. Like hey, I'm going to get my
Yeah,
revenge. And it should have been Twisted doing the like incantation and explaining why
Yeah.
and what about him and that. And there's none of that.
And build up a big bad that of a rival gang
Yes.
that killed him.
There's
you know?
absolutely no story.
Yeah,
It's
that-
Blaze dies, Twisted digs him up, and he kills people. That's all that happens.
It's gonna be. You got to think it's all gonna be up to the writer and director of the comic book and the artist, et cetera, et cetera, and none of which in the book are especially gifted. You know what I mean? You can tell everyone, the artist, the author, all of that. And I mean, the author is just his lyrics, but whoever thought that. The director, whoever created this comic. I
mean, Rob Humphreys. Let's say he's the guy that wrote it. He's the guy that
he's a writer.
oh,
Then,
excuse me, Rob Humphrey. They had him on Juggalo Rewind. I listened to his interview with him. Like he's a Juggalo and he's like into this shit and stuff. But it's just I think he just went a little almost like he just like went overboard with it. Like it could have been something more simple. Just tell like Blaze's little like story, something about him. There's no story.
To be fair though, he might have also not known if he was even going to get a second or a chance to do a second, third.
Right. This is a one shot. That's fine.
Well, I know, but but I think this would have done a lot better as like a 3-shot.
Let me write it. Carver will draw it, and we'll do.
I'll help you write it. I mean, I know how to write a 3-act story. You have to do character development. You have to have a big bad. You have to have a bad guy.
Bro,
you have to have if he's coming back to life after he's been shot, then it obviously has to be a revenge story.
This is like 18 pages. Like we could easily write and draw that. I mean, no joke. Like
I couldn't, but you guys.
No, you could be. We could all write. I'm just saying. Like
I couldn't write it. I couldn't. I mean, I could help write ideas. I can't edit it into an actually good written.
Bro, I could.
thing.
I could throw it together in an app or whatever and print it.
Yeah, get AI to write it.
Get AI to write it.
And we'll get AI to draw it too.
Blaze you that homie sets fire. Blaze you that homie
Anyways,
burns.
I really can't. I honestly can't recommend the comic. Don't buy it. If you get it for free,
beer with the homies.
If you get it for free, check it out. If you want to get one for Blaze, that's fine. But if you want to get it for collectors, sure. But if you want a good comic book, it's not one. I'll say that.
Yeah, get it as a fan of Blaze.
Yeah, I'm not mad I bought it or anything. That's why I bought it. But I wish it was better.
No, 100%. As a fan of Blaze, though, you got to have it in the collection. You know what I mean?
I haven't read none of the Twisted comics. Maybe they're of the same caliber, and if so, that's disappointing.
Twisted is not as good as the ICP. I think it goes in that order: ICP comics, Twisted comics, and I haven't really read much of the Blaze comics, so I can't give an honest review. But
this
I'll
is
take
the
your word
only
on it.
Blaze comic.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I haven't read enough of that. I've only seen little bits of that, and everything. Everything I've seen has been like,
And the ICP comics were good. They weren't great.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
ICP comics
convoluted.
They were pretty good. But they weren't great. But they had it was a revenge story. That first arc, against the big bad guy of the music label.
Yeah.
Right after they came back and stuff, and then it built up to like a demon that they were working with Twisted and shit like that. And they had rivalries and stuff, and actually something to work towards. If this comic doesn't have that, no one's going to give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a story that sticks with Blaze, I don't think.
Well, check it out or don't. You won't. You will be disappointed if you want a good comic. All right. Anything else, guys?
No, guys. I think
We did it, man. We did a full 2-hour show. That was fun. Oh, I did, the last thing I do want to mention is everyone check out the Fuck Out of Here.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Fuck outta here.
Fuck out of here, man.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck it, end it, man. We're fucking into this shit.
Somebody said why what gang crosses out use?
Oh,
and I said fuck you. That's why. Fuck
out of here. Fuck you. There is no you, only him. Fuck out of here.
Get him out of here.
Look for more fuck out of here eventually. But yeah,
absolutely, he's the shit.
Fuck him out of here.
It's the identity of him. We're not totally sure, but we think we know who who he's. I mean, we definitely know who it sounds like, but we're not sure who he is.
You don't know who it is.
If you think who it is, fuck out of here. You don't know shit. You don't know nothing.
All right, bro. Let's shuffle out of here.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, y'all. Thank you. In love from Deck One Down.
Slide it, baby. Say the line.
We'll slide it back into the deck.
You need a line.
Show us your dicks. No, I said dicks. Yeah, don't show us your dicks.
Deck beaters, deck builders.
Peace out, Smoothie. Shout out Smoothie, Derek Bruno, Valentine, the Southwest Case, Rochester, B.
Everybody in the chat.